Okay, one moment and I will be up. Okay, sorry, one more second. I got one more thing to do. Um, should only be a moment. So sorry, guys. Oh, wait. That's not. Okay. I think we're good. Um, really? Why does it tell me I don't have an active live stream, but I have an active live stream? I'm so confused. I am confused. Mm. Okay. Sorry, I will reorganize once I'm sitting, or I will turn the camera on again once I sit back down. What are you doing? Fur boy! Go. Crazy butt. Did he have a conversation with you? Ugh. Yeah, no kidding. I had to step away because I had to take care. I'm trying to get some of the. It's not a lot of the organization done that needs to get done, but some of it. And my apparent reward was for a cat to be walking all over the desk when I came back. Because that's what's supposed to happen, right? Crazy butt. I gotta place an order for groceries next. Okay. So, how are you? What are you up to? What are you enjoying? How's baby girl? Oh, okay. Okay. Hello, Gold Pillar. How are you? Hmm. No. Oh, it's been such a weird weekend. Okay, let's go over. Going now. Oh. Star Trek fan fictions are always welcome in the Discord. Always, always, always. Always. There's lots of people who can help with that stuff. Um, you'll find Star Trek pops up in the most random places on this stream. It's beautiful. But there's several of us who have RP'd in Star Trek who are just major Star Trek or fans in various forms. So yeah, I have a picture of me with the original Chekhov. I have um lots of fun stuff. My grandfather passed. I love him very much. Missed him very much. But when he passed, he willed me his Star Trek collection. I think I got close to 100 books and um, a phone with one of the Enterprises nails. Child, that was my back, and you have claws. Could you not stick them in my back, please? So, to answer your question, yes, Star Trek, yes, all Star Trek, and yes, and we're good with fan fiction. All of us are good with fan fiction. Fan fiction is just a way to exercise the brain. Yeah, it is. Anybody? Okay, H.G. Wells was a fan fiction author, so. Well, I didn't. Where is my channel? If you would like to hear, I'm actually getting ready to record. Uh, what is his name? Edgar Rice Burroughs. But this should answer your H.G. Wells questions, or at least some of them, including his fan fiction author foray and his adventures with science communication, and a little bit about his tiff with Jules Verne. I didn't go too deep into that, but it existed. Good morning, Cypher. How are you? Welcome to the stream. Okay, my. I have to do this. It's one of my favorite movies. All right, we on the other side of ads. Are we there? Okay, good. Welcome in, Cypher. He did have a good run. That's great series. Okay, great series of movies, but that is one of my favorites. Okay, I'm trying to get my music list together. Okay, come on, computer. You just want my music? Okay. Discord. Oh. Oh. Those are so precious. Well, it gets hot. I can understand why. It's hot there now. So I wouldn't want the blanket either. Feeding. Odo. Ooh, I haven't played with Odo. That'll be fun. I am in a room full of authors is the only place I can say that and it's not going to be taken wrong. Really? Oh, cool. Thank you, Decaf. Let's pull these up and get my lyrics set up while I'm thinking about it. Okay, that's one, but it's not all of them. Actually, I gotta see. Yeah. Ooh. I have no idea. I. Do you know when someone's generosity just thoroughly humbles you without word beyond words? Okay. Hello, Banara. How are you? It is a pleasure to see you. Nibbling pretzels in bed, and yeah, I could see where he's kind of like, well, he is whatever he chooses to be in reality. Be good to your sister, not mean. You're just fine, baby. I'm sorry your sister's being a butthead. Fix it. He does, but he also keeps his eye on about everything else. So gotta love him. I absolutely adore the relationship with those two. Keeps everything interesting. Ibram, why a romantasy with Arabian mythology and a spice of magic. Very cool. A tiny butt. You are so cute. If I let you out, it's going to create chaos. I can't let you out yet. Mm, right. All right. Let's do this, and then this, and then. Really? Yeah. It, um, a lot of little things like that sneak out or can be quite fun. Okay, I think we're settled for the fur children for the moment. She changed her mind about what she was interested in. Yeah, there's a lot. They pull from a lot of different areas, but yes, it did feel more Arabian. Good morning, Kendar. How are you? Okay. Apparently, I can't find music, but it's all good. Otherwise, I'm doing great. Furry I love you. Oh. She's practicing being the cutest, sweetest baby in the world. I think she wins. To the contention of the others, of course. Ignore the Kofi stream bot. Okay, so all my lurking is going on. I cannot hear a thing, but it is there. Okay, where is my... There. Actually, can it give me captions on this? Can it? No. Only on... Oh. Crud. So I can get captions on YouTube through my thing, but where I want the captions, I don't think I'm going to get them. That would have been nice. Born by this score, the writer's theme song. Born for this by score. I will have to look it up. Hello, Echo. Thank you for fighting the dragon. We keep our crown though, right? Okay. Oh, right. Well, at least he's looking at us. So there's that. Okay. How do I shut that off now? Okay, so it only works there. So what's everybody else working on today? I am about to order groceries. I know it's crazy fancy stuff, but we need groceries. Okay. Ooh. Rainy day writing DoorDash groceries so somebody else can get that. That is on my agenda. That's all I do. I am in the Walmart Plus program. I signed up. I would have signed up before COVID, like, but it when they rolled it out the same time as COVID, it lined up with COVID in our area, and yes, making notes to the Harker projects. And do you have an idea for some? Ooh, very cool. You started a team. A team of what? In case anybody doesn't know, Decaf is the producer for our late for the next for the podcast that we're working that MJ and I are working on coming up. Kind of excited. Okay, so what team, Decaf? Because I'm nosy. I think it's very cool. Can we just finish up before next week because it's a library book. I get that. We might be emo addicts here. It's possible. Are you kidding? What, you just gonna ship everything, huh? They're seriously, they're gonna ship everything. Okay. I love those. Can I have my? Thank you. Okay, so I am placing my grocery order. Mm. Apparently, I'm misspelling words now. What? Oh. Did I mention that some people just tumble you very quickly, very easily? Because their kindness and generosity is insanely unmatched. Okay, so team in the game. I have to see if I can change teams. Which team did you come up? Did you do? Um, I've got a spot in the Discord in my Discord for it too. I keep posting pictures. I don't know if anybody is paying any attention, but it's there. I am being sponsored by Manchington Mansion, and if you download, it's a mobile game. It's a puzzle game. Connect 3 or more. Um, and um, let's see. Why? Why? Okay. There you go, Decaf. Mashington is kind of far down. That'll eventually get changed to whatever other sponsorships instead of creating. Um, I don't know how to make it look different. I'd totally make it look different if I knew how. You're welcome. I do not put that Discord link into the chat very often in case anybody is all interested. Yes, there are teams with the game. I think the team I actually joined was the best team ever, but I'm happy to join whatever team. As a matter of fact, I will. Um, mm. This is true. Yeah, when you get to certain levels on mobile games, they have you join a team so you could do collective tasks as well, and it seems to help. Um, no, you don't get to pick where you sit and nobody else gets to sit. Come here. Say hello to the stream. Say hello. My name is Tiny Terror. It used to be Yua, but mom's gonna change my name permanently. Hmm. Somebody is sitting on my on my desktop, and she likes to sit there. She sits there, she puts her little paws on my leg, and she just gets comfy and it's good to go. No, that's your sister. Deal with it. Okay. Oh! Welcome, Raiders! Welcome in. It is a pleasure to see you. How are you? I hope you go and give them a follow. Ito Station? Please tell me if I'm pronouncing it right. I'm terrible with names sometimes. Okay, often. But it is such a pleasure to see you. Welcome in. Welcome in. How are you? How was your stream? What is the best way to reference you for everyone who's coming in? The kitty cat's over here in the screen. As soon as you say hello, you get a kitty cat. Cat exclamation mark cat cafe tells you how to customize it. In the meantime, it is a wonderful thing to have your company. We are working on daily tasks and chatting and getting writing done. Writing is the next daily task that I'm working on. What are you up to? How is your stream? How are you? Thank you for the help. The team is the Lady Wrights. Okay. I will have to see if I can change teams. For some reason, no one comes in on the raid list that you follow. Oh, okay. I think I can't. I miss your streams. Really? Honestly, I stop. I don't always usually pay attention to the whatever the raid list is. I just pick my peoples and just raid them. Food is good. Enjoy the food. Enjoy the break and stretch your legs. Enjoy. Recipe for dinner for an alien planet. You shall accept a gift of sensation. Prepared for you is a sacred offering of masa infused with flame fruit pulp, imbued with sunroot spice, glazed in moonleaf foam that was harvested from the highest rings of Kelith 9, and sealed in time with a kiss of obsidian salt. That is a wonderful thing. I think that's one of the greatest things that we can do. When you go into the raid panel on Twitch and you click raid, it gives you a list of options. You can pick from there. You don't have to use that obviously because we don't. Many of us don't do that. But you can sort by um, you can sort by uh, category, you can sort by whatever it is that works best for you. Oh, it probably is. That's not a bad way to look at it. Forward slash raid, and then the name of the target, which is how I usually raid you. So I'll write, um, I will look in the category on Twitch, find the person with the least amount of currently active welcome in tier, least amount of currently active uh, audience, and then in our category. What? And then I hit exclamation mark, or I put the forward slash in the raid, and then whoever it is. Um, okay. Um, okay, so that is not sending. That's fine. Oh, we're in ads. Okay, fine. Let me go finish this list. Right. Some of these options are like 80 counts of this thing that you would never eat 80 of by yourself. So I got a lurk up on two computers because, well, I can, and I'm weird. Um, it's just going to count as one, but the ads are identical, which I was not expecting since it's two different devices. Kind of fascinating. Um, yeah, YouTube really does not know how to do live streams. Just saying. Hello, Juxt. Mm. Stuffing your face to hear good things about eating. Yeah, that is true. Hi, pretty baby. Do you want to sit in the window? Yeah. Okay, I'll come get you. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna grab a sweet baby. You're gonna stare at my chair for a second. I'm gonna put her in the window. She's very sweet. She's the cutest little thing. I'm totally gonna be picking fight with my other cats. Come here. Come here. Oh, the purrs. The purrs. This is the switch brother. Say hello. Mm. Are we blepping, sir? Mm. There she is. She doesn't get to do this very often. So she's getting to do this. I hear good things about food. That's why I'm ordering groceries. Um, let's- so we'll get rid of that. She's so happy. I love her happy. Hoarding dragon credits, I see. Okay, I am going to be going to feed Dad's cat, so the stream will only be about 3 or 4 hours today instead of longer. So what do we got? That works. Okay. That was uncalled for. She was peaceful. Selby. Hey, baby. Next. Okay, good. Just checking. And apparently she loves my shoes, so we'll go with that. Cats are weird. She was so content and so happy. I love when my sweet babies are happy. I do not like when my sweet babies fight each other. Stinkers. We're just gonna close that. There is a fun story that I was reading about Edgar Rice Burroughs that I'm going to share just because it's fun. But apparently, after he decided he wasn't going to go to continue at was it Harvard? Yeah, he was at Harvard. Um, his brothers had graduated from Yale, and then they went out to Idaho and opened up a ranch. And they hired a bunch of people, and they brought their brother out there for a while. And while he was out there, he started learning, how to work with horses and really enjoyed that part of things. But he surprised everybody one day. I mean, he's still pretty new. He's like 16 years old at this point, or 17 years old at this point. Um, and the horses in the pasture had gone further out than they were supposed to. And so he said, he decided he was going to be the one that was going to go out and bring them back in. Um, Now, the guy who was training the horses, who was breaking them, had a horse that he was working with that he had saddled up and ready to go. And he was expecting, the guy who set it up was expecting he was coming back out to work with this horse. But Edgar got to the horse before he did, and he rode that horse. This horse that was barely saddle broken and was not like ready to be ridden. Rode this horse out to the far pastures to bring the other horse, the herd back in. And the horse kicked him once and then just stood there and looked at him like, "What are you doing?" kind of thing. And then he got back on the horse, literally, and rode that thing back in. Everybody around him said that they were expecting him to come walking back in without any horses. I just I just thought that was amusing. Your sister called you yesterday, told you she would be having it. Ooh. Oh. Oh. She was so excited. It certainly sounds like you're going to be very busy this morning, but it'll be a fun afternoon, so works out. Oh, I should ask my sister if I'm getting the ribs for tomorrow for next week. Now that you've reminded me. Hmm. I should just order the ribs anyway, and if we don't barbecue them, it's not like I won't cook them, so there's that. Right? Not again! Really? That's your sister. Ugh, they're gonna make me go put her back in a room. She's a good baby. He's not fair. I actually want to be able to set those up to do something in the stream. I'm not sure yet what we're doing, but I'm going to set them up to do something. One of the other things that I find interesting about Edgar Rice Burroughs is that, unlike all of the other authors I've done so far, Edgar really didn't seriously start writing. Well, no, he started writing letters, like correspondence kind of stuff, when he was like 5 or 6. But he didn't start writing anything until he was like 19. And then he got published immediately because it was part of the school project. But it's like H.G. Wells started reading and writing satire and fan fiction at like 8. Uh, Jules Verne was starting to write also very young. Um, and then, like, Mary Shelley was always writing all of her life. Lord Byron was writing very young. Like, and those are the 4 I've done so far. I just kind of expected, I guess, that when I did H.G. Wells, that we would be dealing with someone who just had a love for writing, and he does, but it's correspondence. Yeah, that's a thing. I've I think I started my first novel in middle school. I don't, I don't know what that says about me, but I started my first novel in middle school. So it was a totally normal thing to me to be writing. Like, to me, writing is just an innate part of all the things all the time. I don't know if that makes any sense. Now, I also did not obviously start publishing until I was in my 30s. But yeah, I will credit my mom in that case, in that I was able to do this without too much issue. Um, hmm, uh, yeah, I'm probably an oddity there then, which is, I guess, not surprising. I'm always an oddity. And I'm good with this. By the way, I do. If all you do is download Batchington Mansion and log in on your phone one time, you are helping a streamer pay a bills. I appreciate you for that. All right, enjoy your lurk. It is Monday, so we'll probably be over in a little bit. Well, not a little, but in a while. Okay. I feel like that's probably gonna be. Mm. My first introduction was a project in middle school, and then from that project, my teacher had to pick. We had a guest author come in. I keep saying it was Steinbeck, but the timing doesn't line up. I don't think it was Steinbeck. Like I can see the man's face, and I know he was a known local author in New York, which is a lot of known authors. They go to New York because that's where the big five are. Well, at the time, big six, big more than that. Um, so I can see his face even today. Like if I were sitting in the room, I'd know he was the one that sat there and talked to me and coached us through. But there was a small group of students that he looked at our writing, and then he sat us down and he walked us through a writing workshop. There was only like 10 of us, I think. And my teacher picked me to be part of that because of my writing, evidently. And it was the first thing that told me that I knew I was going to be an author. Uh, Makes me weird. I'm okay with that. Um, let's see. That was my first introduction. After that, excuse me, my high school also had writing stuff that went on. I didn't get into like the school events for that kind of stuff at all. That wasn't my thing. And my first piece that was published was actually poetry. Um, I I can understand that. it's not the easiest thing to get started in. And I certainly didn't even understand what it was I was getting started in when I first started doing it, which probably doesn't help. Actually, do we really need those? No, I don't think we do. I think the cats are good for a little bit. And yeah, if I started posting my work on a few platforms that were encouraging, that were paying for writers for ad, like for ad space and AdSense and that kind of thing, which then led me to posting some of them in segments on Twitter and a blog. And then I had people coming to approach me. I had it first. It was a reader who was like, "No, you need to get this published, and this is how you do it." And so they coached me into what that process was, and then I went through a life changing experience. At which point, I now was armed with the right tools and information, mostly the right information, and I started producing, publishing more of it online. And I had a couple of agents actually contact me. One, I think they both were probably brand new and probably didn't actually know everything they were doing, but one of them really loved the story and came back to me later with, "No, really, we could totally do this. You just need to finish it and need to get it to me." And I was just like, "But," we went back and forth on that, and that's when I started learning about indie publishing and what was involved and the options there. It just made better sense for me at the time. Hmm. I feel like I'm missing something important. I'm not sure who's under my desk now. That's probably bad. Okay. Where? There. Have a workshop thing. I would be happy to show you guys Atticus, but Atticus is a it's a formatting resource. And yeah, I actually have a video um of my first time using Atticus on YouTube, and I purchased that I right after it released, actually, because I know there are just some people who do something you can trust, and this was one of them. I would be happy to walk you guys through. If you want me to, we could do a walkthrough with Atticus. I could do a walkthrough with Bookbrush again. I haven't done those for a while. Not on stream, but I would be very happy to do that. Um, let's go here. Okay, let's copy that. Nope, that. Hmm. This is what we want. I do believe. Um, all right, there's that. Workshopping some documents. Oh, okay. That's a little bit different. And I started to do that. Started setting that up. I did get sidetracked because I screwed something up with my new intern, and I had to fix that. And I think I fixed it, which is good. Um, so if we want to do a creative writing writing group, I am setting it up on Google Space to get involved. You just I will prep it and drop a link in Discord here. Um, I started prepping it, so really I have to finish it. So there's that. And I will drop it in. Uh, I will include. I have to finish typing up the guidelines for it, which is kind of what I got distracted from. The space doesn't take more than a few minutes. Hi, baby. Come here, Sophie. Come here, baby. Hi, sweet girl. Your sister's a butthead. I'm so sorry. Come here. The thing I like about Google Space is it's really good for organizing. Oh, sorry. Did I scare you? I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. You're so sweet. You're so cute. Okay, enjoy your lurk. Enjoy the work. I'm totally getting smothered in purrs. And then I will get up and get back to the things. She's so cute. I love this baby. The problem is that I have a possessive second kitty, other kitty. I need them to become besties so I can get all the snuggles. You want to go to the window? No, Keiko's being a butthead too. Where you going, baby? Go on. You're fine. Just no fighting at my feet, okay? Whatever you guys do, do not fight at my feet. You will cut the crap. Crazy babies. All right, so I just added 2 community challenges. If that's something you guys want me to show, I can walk through. I would be happy to do that. Bear with me, guys. I gotta go deal with that. If you've saw the thumbnail, you know what I'm talking about today. It's competition. I hear a lot of people talk about how Amazon or any industry, really, any creative industry, YouTube, Amazon, uh, print on demand, art supplies, art items. I hear lots about competition and how there's just too much competition and how you just can't get ahead because there's so much competition. So I'm going to we're going to start with some numbers. 8.2 billion people on the earth today, right now, you and I talking, roughly 8.2 billion with a B. Of that 8, it was. I switched babies that went into the room though this time. I am confident that was thoroughly unexpected. She's me a very unhappy baby for a little bit. She'll figure it out. She's smart. Oh, wait. I had the timing wrong. I had 850,000 on that, and I only wanted 85,000. So we're fixing that. Sorry. Okay, we fixed that. The growly baby is the one I put into the room, so we'll see how well that goes. Just funny. I went to grab her by the scruff, and she turned back and realized it was me. At first, she was gonna bite. She won't bite me. Not an angry bite. She just loves bites on occasion. Like, hey, you're not paying attention to me, mom. She won't bite me. She might bite somebody else though. Okay, so there's a couple of community challenges. I put them up there. Feel free to contribute if you choose. If not, not a big deal. You don't have to do a thing. And for those who, if there's currently nobody on the Twitter or the YouTube thing, but that's okay. Um, but over on YouTube, they ew. Are we out of ads? Oh, okay. All right, so ads are good. Ads are done. We are golden. Maybe. Fabuloso. Hello, base. How are you? How is the commute? Ooh. I hope that doesn't get too intrusive. Sophie, hey baby, come here. Sophie. No, you're just gonna go hang out with my shoes. It's okay, baby. She needs to socialize more. She's not been able to socialize for months, which is heartbreaking. Not properly, anyway. Uh, let's see. No, that won't work. Sir, you okay? Seychelles? Hey, baby. You okay? Sounds like stress. Oh, that's fantastic. Gear Bubble is just a one of the places that I've set up for merch. I set it up a few years ago. Redbubble is Kitten Sapphires, and there is a different kind of merch platform. She's actually going to be migrating her stuff from Redbubble to Spreadshop. I also have a Spreadshop. I just haven't put that one in the rotation. I prefer Spreadshop because you can do more with it. But the Gear Bubble, um, hold on, guys. All right, so this is gonna be a different kind of problem. I will be right back. If you've saw the thumbnail, you know what I'm talking about today. It's competition. I hear a lot of people talk about how Amazon or any industry, really, any creative industry, YouTube, Amazon, uh, print on demand, art supplies, art items. I hear lots about competition and how there's just too much competition and how you just can't get ahead because there's so much competition. So I'm going to throw some, we're going to start with some numbers. 8.2
billion people on the earth today. Today, right now, you and I talking. Roughly 8.2 billion with a B. Of that 8.2 billion, about 85% of them are literate. So we're just dealing with publishing.
We need to find a way to make sure that doesn't happen. She wants to play, but the others don't feel comfortable with her yet. So they've all hidden literally away from her, which is heartbreaking because she's so sweet. She's like the sweetest, sweetest. Just like an awesome furry baby. I love her to bits and bits. Um, yes, we do use feather toys with all of them, and we will wear her down. Obviously, not while I'm streaming; it's a little hard, but we will wear her down, and that's not an issue. It's just that when we rescued her from the outside, she wasn't. We were not in a position to be able to introduce her properly to the other cats. So we're kind of doing that slowly now, and it's been a very slow going process. So the other cats are struggling to love on her the way we do. And so we're trying to find ways of fixing that. I know if we moved and kind of reset all of them, it would be easier. But right now, my babies know this is their domain, and she's learning this is her domain. Oops, sorry. So it's a process, is what I'm saying. They're awesome and wonderful and valued and appreciated, and it's a process. Yeah, we that was the other thing I needed was catnip. I knew there was something I was missing. Um, are you kidding? It's under a freaking door. Hold on, guys. Sorry. Yep. Yes, she was. How are you doing today, Mal? Wow, has it been almost 2 years? That's very cool. I think that's good. Um, oh, great. Why are you doing amazing? We would love to know. Amazing is a wonderful thing. Why do illustrators approach you artists are approaching you every time on Discord? Because they did. Well, that's interesting. I will go over to Twitch specifically to check that. Yeah, because they're trying to. They're not. They don't care. Like they don't care what your streams or what your profile says. They just want to sell something to you, and they've pretty much decided that anything you say is pointless. I am not seeing it, Mal. I don't I don't see it. So whatever it's being held for, it's not being held by me or my auto mod. Yep. Yeah, like you don't know how to do it or you haven't been doing it yourself. Yeah, I get it. It's not cool. It drives me nuts. So I'm sure it drives you nuts. Ah, okay. Well, if that works, then I hope you enjoy it. Okay. Where are we on our. Yeah, and that's a good idea. I've started doing the same thing. I generally don't. Yeah, I have a bad habit of of caring about people. So it's not uncommon for me to try to do so, silly as that might sound. And I've had to stop because yes, if I don't stop, it's bad for my mental health because there's no social in social media anymore, and that's kind of ridiculous. It's not kind of. It is ridiculous. We should there's no discussion, there's nobody comes to the stream to say hi or check things out. Right. You're not interested. Yeah, I get that. I totally get that. Okay. So if we get to I'm going to get to level 800 on this game. Um but we have 7 people who have installed it. Mashington, thank you very much to all of you if you have done so. It is a ooh, maybe that's what I should do. I should go to all of these artists and be like, download this game and play it to level 800, which is more than I would ask of my stream. So I think it sounds fair, right? Totally. Hmm. Okay, so and that's the Matchington Mansion game. Yeah, if they want to. You know what? If you're Goose, hello, hello, welcome to the stream. How are you? It is a pleasure to see you. Yeah, it's going well. It's going very well. And what's kind of fun is that the sponsorship's not going too badly either. Just saying. Yeah, that's 100% true, Coder. And one of the other things that I think a lot of them don't understand, if you show an interest in what I'm doing before you start throwing your sales at me, um, then I'm probably going to pay attention to what you're going to talk about because you probably know. And I did have one person look at my stream, see what was going on, that kind of thing. Now, their offer at the time, though, I have a VTuber who will sit on my streams on occasion. Um, she's got her own streams, but she doesn't use her model on my computer. Once her computer is fixed, we need to get she needs a new case, and we need to get her um, it looks like a new cooling system. which really the new case should provide part of. So there's that. Um, but if you come in and show some interest in the people you're dealing with, instead of just coming in and being like, "Oh, I have all these things," show up at the stream, find out what's going on. They saw her VTuber image, and they're like, "Oh, I can make that a full model for you and rig it and everything." And I'm like, "Okay, that's great, but it's not mine." And thank you so much for actually paying attention. So then I ended up working with them for one project. After that, they proved that they could not follow directions, so it didn't work out. Uh, I will on occasion buy emotes that I can share with the community. And this person, that was the intention with this person, and that did not turn out well. Um, you stop it. You've done enough. Okay, sorry. It makes a big difference with the artists if they would take the time to look at the stream and figure out where they can actually fit. Like, okay, this person very clearly does X and or Y. This is an author. They're going to need book covers. I can do book covers. This is an author who might do light novels. I can do illustrations. Do you see what I'm saying? Like if they would do something like that, hey, I noticed you're doing X, Y, and Z. Would you I would be happy to do this. I had one was like, "Oh, let me read what do you do?" And I shared them what I did and they're like, "Oh, do you have a link?" And I gave them a link. And then they were like, "I'm totally going to sell this thing to you." Without paying any attention. Then when I told them, if you want to have a clue what you could do, go read the story. Because they're like, in this case, this is the most recent one. They were like, "Well, do you design your characters?" Well, yes, I design my characters. You can see the descriptions in all of the books. Now here is the access. Here's free access to a couple of the books, and so I gave them the Ream link and said, "Go read." Had they came back to me with, "Well, do you do this?" And I went, "Yeah, I do this. It's in the book." Like, what did you miss? Oh, I only read a little bit out of it. Well, then you're not going to work with me. It's not that hard, you know? I don't know. Maybe I'm just being picky. Apparently, I do that a lot. Okay. Okay. See you in a moment. Where are we at? Um, Unfortunately. Weird. And I tend to believe as a creative that uh, we should be able to do better for each other. But I'm probably just weird. Ad is off. This is good. I do not understand why it had random ads. There's no reason why our authors and artists couldn't find a symbiotic method of handling things, but to approach it that way is just unreasonable as far as I'm concerned. Okay. I need to step away. I still don't understand why there was a
You
random
saw the
ad,
thumbnail, you know what I'm talking.
but there was, and I'm sorry about that. I will be back in just a moment. I'll be as quick as I can.
Any industry, really, any creative industry, YouTube, Amazon, uh, print on demand, art supplies, art items. I hear lots about competition and how there's just too much competition and how you just can't get ahead because there's so much competition. So we're going to start with some numbers. 8.2 billion people on the earth today, right now, you and I talking. Roughly 8.2 billion with a B. Of that 8.2 billion, about 85% of them are literate. So we're just dealing with publishing here. That's roughly 6.7 billion people who can read your book. On Amazon as of 2023, 2024, their numbers were 2.7 million with an M books being uploaded annually every year without fail to the platform according to the latest release numbers. Of that, for every book release, that leaves 2,581 people per book for each book. And I don't know anybody who only buys one book that actually reads, that only buys one book. So there are 2,581 people for every single book that is published independently. We aren't doing all the books. I understand that. I don't have the numbers for everything, but for every independently published book, as on KDP, we have more than 2,000 people. We could possibly, maybe, let's knock that down to 2,000 people even instead of 2,500. Let's assume with all the books we get, who can't live off 2,000 people reading your book? Are you producing more than one book a month? I don't know anybody who can't live off of that. So there's no reason to be a starving artist. Again, let's now take those same numbers or take those base numbers. That's 8 billion people, 8 billion, 8.2 billion to appreciate your art, to see what you have created. 8.2 billion people can look at something and appreciate it, can smell something and appreciate it, can hear something and appreciate it. Potentially, you're not even limited by literacy rates if you're creating art. And we can further break that down into specialties as artists. Some people want to be tattoo artists, are tattoo artists, are amazing creators. Some people are perfumers. Some people are digital artists and they make stickers and digital designs and t-shirts and hats and things. And then you've got your people who are making art books and comic books and coloring books. All of these are different specialties just within art. You've got YouTube creators that show how to's. You've got YouTube creators that do discussions like what we're doing. I want you to have a very clear understanding of what competition actually is. As creators, we are not in competition with each other. We're not. There is so much available for us go around. What we are in competition with is attention. We are looking to say, I have this. I have created this high quality, beautiful thing, and I need you to see it. That's that's what we need to do. That puts us in competition with ourselves, with their interests, with people being people. I have met quite a few really, really phenomenal artists, absolutely phenomenal. And I would recommend each and every one of them in different ways. One of my favorites, they are specializing in tattoos. They do incredible work. They designed one for themselves that is just absolutely stellar. They design cover ups. They do really, really good work. And it's absolutely beautiful. Now, I personally don't have tattoos, but a lot of people I know do. If somebody asks me for a good artist, I know who to send them to. In the same token, a very close person to that person is another artist. They do digital art. It's a different kind of art medium altogether. It's a different kind of capability. It's a different kind of focus. They do a lot of print on demand. They do art for Twitch. They do emotes. They do logos. They create things to help develop a brand. It's a very different place than what you would give when you're going to go sit down in a chair and have someone ink you. Those they are not in competition with each other. They are artists. They are thriving as creatives. They are developing their skills. Each of them put a pen to can put paint to canvas. Absolutely. You have the videographer and the photographer, and their art both differs. It requires an understanding of lighting and motion and movement and environment, but it doesn't mean that the photographer is in competition with a videographer. They're not. And really, a photographer that focuses on weddings may not focus on your children's school pictures. And that makes them separate now. They have taken specialties. They are not in competition with each other. They need you to see what they do so that you can make a choice for what works best for you. Now, when we're dealing with highly localized professions, obviously that changes things up. We're not localized for a lot of our art today. We're not so hyper localized that we can't sell internationally, that we can't connect with people around the world, support them, lift them up, and help each other. Competition today is not against one another. The more we help each other, the more we can share each other, the more all of us rise. There is more than enough to go around. Which one of us could not live off of 2,000 people looking at our books a month or potentially purchasing our books a month? Don't look at the marketplace because it doesn't make this, it's not the same. Look at your books, look at your art, look at your craft, whatever your craft is. Find out how you can improve what you've already done. Push yourself to improve how people are finding out about you. And wherever possible, help another out. If you see a photographer who takes incredible images and puts them out on prints and you have an audience for that, share the artist. Your audience will be grateful that you were honest with them, that you introduced them to somebody. they wouldn't have, might not have found without you. If you're an author and you know that you have a science fiction audience, or you know you have a fantasy audience, and you've read a great book, or you've connected with a fun author that you think your audience might get a kick out of, suggest it. You have a newsletter you are hopefully cultivating and sending out every week. That's what you do. That's where you send that information. You tell them, look, I just met this person. They're so good. They wrote this wonderful thing. And poof, now you've introduced your audience to this wonderful person, and you're helping somebody up. I know we hear a lot about competition. We hear a lot about we got to pay to play. And in a lot of ways today, that's expected. Unfortunately, that's just the way the industry is growing. But there is no reason not to help each other. And there is no way that we have to be in competition with each other. We are in competition for making the better book, our better construction, our better product, our better whatever. Get with your editor, polish your work, get with your cover artist, get it polished. That's how you are going to sell more and do better. Don't worry about what other people are coming in and doing in a regard of seeing them as a negative to you. See what's working for them. Let them teach you by example. This is working. This is how they are promoting. This is how they are connecting. This is how they are doing. Let them lead you, teach you like a teacher would by setting the example. But they are not your competition any more than you are theirs. Do the best you can, continue to grow and improve, and help each other out. There is no reason for great artists, even in the same town, to not collaborate, to not work together, to not support one another. Often, when that is the case, art is one medium where I see the biggest difference. You will have an artist who is really, really good at murals, who can put up a wall with some really incredible, emotional, provoking art. And at the same time, they are not going to be able to sit down and ink your arm because they're just not. All all three artists in the same town might be able to put a good little face paint on you, maybe, or on a kiddo, maybe, but they're not going to have the special effects thing if that's not their specialty. These are these are the ways that you can be the blessing, build your career, and not let competition stand in your way. When you are viewing each other or you are viewing others around you or friends or family or community as competition, you will stand in your own way. And I don't want to see that for you, and I don't want to see that for anyone else. All right, my friends, I hope this helps a little bit. I hope the perspective on competition helps find a way to ease the way you're looking at what you're doing. Take that first step, and if you need support, you've got a community here to reach out to. If you've got any questions, you want me to double check some numbers, although I hopefully would like to stop mathing for the night, drop it in the comments. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next one. If you've saw the thumbnail, you know what I'm talking about today. It's competition. I hear a lot of people talk about how Amazon or any industry, really, any creative industry, YouTube, Amazon, uh, print on demand, art supplies, art items. I hear lots about competition and how there's just too much competition and how you just can't get ahead because there's so much competition. So I'm going to we're going to start with some numbers. 8.2 billion people on the earth today. Today, right now, you and I are talking. Roughly 8.2 billion with a B. Of that 8.2 billion, about 85% of
A productive day sounds wonderful, and sci-fi does make people think. It is one of the reasons why I love writing in science fiction. Sweet. I'm looking forward to it. Oh, very cool. Go for it. Hmm. There are 16 wonderful kitties on the screen. Love that. If you are lurking and you would like a kitty on the screen, feel free to say hello, and a kitty will poof. You don't have to say anything else. You could just say you're lurking, and we are good. I did not put enough butter on this. Coffee's beautiful, isn't it, Firefly? Welcome to the stream. Mhm. Mhm. No, I don't care how cute you are. All right, we need to conquer the world. Name on the reference. My Sachel? Sachel's trying to eat somebody else's, some other kitty's food. I'm not letting him. He's a little bit grumpy about that. It also happens to be on my desk, so kind of sort of don't want the kitty on my desk. Go figure. Oh, don't mind me for mixing things. I'm so sorry. I should pick up the obvious stuff. I should. What you got, base? Katrina misses a lot of obvious things sometimes. I'm sorry. Enjoy the lurk, Firefly. Mhm. Mhm. That much is true too. But as much as it does, you will find that they will think of things that you didn't. And they will imbue in your story things that you didn't expect. Some will be obvious, some will not be. Some will only be obvious after they have said, "Hey, so there's this thing." Um, and you'll get that anyway, but the chances are the people who pick it up aren't going to have that. Yep. Yeah. You just have fun with it. Write what's going to drive you. And I assure you, there will be plenty of people, whatever you write, there's an audience for it. There is, because you're writing it. You're already your own audience. But yeah, I I try to use minimal exposition. I am finding myself using it a lot more, diving into a pseudo fantasy world. And I am struggling with it because I don't generally write like that. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely need to be wary of info dumps. I work very hard not to do exposition in general. If you read my other stuff, you'll see minimal exposition. Trying to dive into a new genre, I feel like I am starting with something brand new. And I realize that's not the case, but it feels like it, you know? Info fiber. I love that. Okay. Oh, I didn't mark that done. Okay. That means we now have 17 kitties on the screen, right? Yes. Because there's a beautiful firefly right there. Because all kitties are beautiful and adorable and sweet. I should put North Haven up there, huh? Okay. Okay. I missed something. I know I did. I'm trying to find it. You guys are getting a lovely sound of train, aren't you? Okay. Um. Okay. I'm not very good at pretending that one, but I try. Okay. I have things and stuff that that I have to accomplish next. Okay. Mm. Okay. We got ads coming. Ads are not here yet, but they will be in 2 minutes and 25 seconds. I could totally delay it. I'm thinking about it. Oh, like you're ready to go, huh? Are we going somewhere else? Oh, wait, cats. Never mind.
Found the Velcro for the car.
Oh, did you? Well, that'll be helpful. So that thing will stop hitting us in the face? The next question is how are you. Oh, does it have a sticker on the back? Sweet. You probably don't need a huge piece of it, I'd imagine. Unless you're going to do two in the corners, small ones in the corners.
I'm not cutting the Velcro.
Uh-oh. Isn't that a big piece?
Does it look like a big piece?
Let me see. Hold on, guys. Apparently I'm getting up. Let's go see what this is. Hello, Indy. You're very, very handsome. If it's just the width of the English. Yeah, that's what I was aiming for. Sorry. Not really what I was aiming for. It's the whole thing, right? See, I would cut that now.
I'm not cutting it. That means it's annoying to cut through. I'm not cutting it.
Thank you for fixing it. Okay, we're gonna conquer the world now, but we got ads, so it's all good. We can conquer the world in a few minutes. Oh. And then we're gonna go feed kitties. Oh, that reminds me, I gotta check something real fast. Camera can totally come up now. Hmm. Would you mind putting in another bagel and toast for toasting for me, please? Okay, we are prepping to raid, my friends. Probably in the next 6 minutes. I already know where we're going, so I'm not going to do any kind of hunting. Um, it's going to be fun because it's always fun. What I'm going to ask is that everybody comes up with a question before we raid. Come up with a question that you can paste in once we get over to the raid target. Well, we'd be hunting for a stream to go to, but I already know what stream we're going to. It's Monday. And they're online and I am online, so we are reading. I guess it can be fun hunting. We are reading Kindar, The Tiger Writes. Enjoy, Joxt. I hope shopping goes very well. Why, thank you. We've got about 4 more minutes before we raid, which is why I'm saying I'd love to see everyone get a question together to ask the streamer once we raid. He has all sorts of awesome. Where are we? Not there. Here. There it is. And then there's that. And that. We're getting fancy. Of course. Well, typically when I can, I try to get Kendar on Mondays because he does his reading and reading corrects on Tuesdays, which I enjoy listening to, and I will lurk and listen because I love his stories and I love his writing. Okay. So as we are getting ready to raid, our raid call is That's All She Wrote. Where did I put that? Oh, that's where I put it. Okay. Ray calls, that's all she wrote. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. Thank you for being awesome and for keeping me company. Thank you for the raid, the follows, the contributions, your company. You are amazing, and I love you to bits. Exactly, with your favorite emote and a question for the streamer. You are amazing. Talk to you soon. I'm glad you're a part of it, Coder. It's great to have you. I love you guys.